in St. Louis since 1999, and my wife and I bought a home in Dogtown in 2006. I've always sort of lived in that area, or I have since I moved here. I've always sort of taken a particular interest in development issues in St. Louis, transportation issues, and local politics, but more as an observer than as somebody who was directly participating in it. So my wife told me to stop talking about it or just do it. So we did it. I think that regardless of how old you are, if you sort of try your best, if you show up, if you sort of do your homework and most of the time sort of know what you're talking about, you're received relatively well. I think just being new, even if I wasn't on the younger side, just being new in office, you always get sort of a new perspective from new people, which is positive. I think any organization, government, non-government, always needs some new blood, just to provide a new perspective. We're a legislative body. The idea is that there's a variety of perspectives, and I think if you look at the Board of Aldermen, it is pretty representative of the city as a whole. And so hopefully I'm one piece that helps sort of round that out a little bit. The fact is, most of the time, the leaders in local government are going to be not in their 30s, and that's fine. But it is always, I think, helpful for them to sort of also have access to a little bit younger perspective. I think a lot of people think that St. Louis is a slow region to change and adapt. And that is, I think, partially true in a lot of ways. And I think a lot of people would like to see sort of a more nimble local government. Local government that is more prone to leading on issues, taking a progressive stance on issues, and rather than sort of following sort of national trends, getting closer to leading national trends. And I do think it helps to have a healthy cohort of younger people involved in local government. At the end of the day, like, everything you do in local government takes time, and we're sort of always building the city we want for like 20 years from now. And so if we're building the city we want for 20 years from now, we got to think about and listen to the people who would be living in that city 20 years from now.